Hi everyone, welcome back to the Crossroads. This is our secret place where we meet each week to talk about all the things they don't tell you about the blues. What we're going to learn today is what I just played through there, which is playing over blues changes and chromatics. That's a lot to learn. So we're playing over a 12-bar blues in E, and not only are we thinking about the chord tones of each chord, but we're also thinking about how to approach those chord tones creatively using these things called chromatics. So I'll explain about the chord tones as we go along. So let's get started. Okay, so the first phrase I'm going to play is this. So what I'm doing here is I'm thinking of the notes from E, which are E, G sharp, B and D, and I'm focusing on this third here, the G sharp. So I'm 14 hammering onto that third. So I've got a note above and a note below, and then to the note I'm trying to get to. And then I'm playing the E note itself on the 14th fret, and then I'm going 14, 13, 12, 11. Why am I doing that? This note is the G sharp again. So before I went to the G sharp, kind of above and below. Now I'm going down from the B note, E, G sharp, B. B is the fifth of E. And then I'm going to the G sharp that way. So first time. All right, and that's over the E chord. Then I'm going to play this. I'm going to the A chord now. Now what I'm thinking here is I'm going from the E note. Now in A you have A, C sharp, E and G. So I'm thinking of the fifth of A. So I'm going down to that C sharp, that's the third of A. Very similar to what I did here for the E. This is for the A. Now I'm sliding into that C sharp and I'm going to do this. Now this is a little chordal move you can do. I'm going from A, there's your A note there, to a G note. That's the seventh of A, so A to G. Not really doing a chromatic there. I'm sliding down, but where I do a chromatic is here. These are 6 chords. You might have heard that in the blues before. So this is 7 on the D, 6 on the G, 7 on the B. And then I go down 1 but slide it back. That whole phrase, if I put it together with the other one, is going to sound like this. Alright, so I played over the E chord to the A chord. I'm thinking of the chord tones, but how to get to the chord tones using chromatics. Let me do that again. Alright, so here's the next lick over the E chord. So over the E, I'm trying to approach the E from the D note, which is the seventh of E. So what I'm going to do is this. So I'm starting on the 3rd fret here on the G. 3, 4, 6, 7. There's your D note there. Now I do a little kind of chromatic move, pull-off move, where I'm pulling off 4 off to 3, off to, sorry, that's 6 off to 5, off to 4, slide back to 3. You have this. That sounds like this. And then I'm playing 6 to 4 on the G. Okay, now this next move I'm going to target the 3rd of E, which is the G sharp. And I encase that like I did here. That's the same move. So if you've got a good idea, use it again. And then what I'm going to do is that same move I did over the A. And this time it's 6 on the D, 5 on the B, and then I'm sliding chromatically down from 5, 4, 3. Now, the reason I'm finishing on this note is this is another D note. This is a note we started on really when we did this. So I'm doing that. All right, so I'm going chromatically downwards to the D. The first time I went up to the D note, but now I'm going down. So it sounds like that. So now I'm going back to the A chord and I do this. Now I'm starting on the C sharp, which is the 3rd of A, and I'm trying to go up to the 5th fret of 5th chord tone of A, which is the E. So I'm just going 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back to the C sharp. And now I'm going to go back to the E chord now, do a really long run from the G sharp to the E. So I'm starting on the G sharp, going up to that 9th fret here, which is the E note. So this next phrase. So now I'm starting on the E note because we're on an E chord. Then I'm walking up from G sharp up to the B note. So it's a G sharp, the B, which is the 5th of E. 7 on the B, bend up, let down. Back to the E note again. Then I'm playing the E note. Then this 6th note here on the G, which is the C sharp. And I finish on the E. Nearly at the end now. Next phrase goes like this. So I'm starting on here on the B chord. Now the notes in B are B, D sharp, F sharp and A. So I'm targeting the 3rd again of the B. Very similar to the first lick, but this time I'm hitting that 9, 7, hammer on to the 8th fret. That's the D sharp, the 3rd. 9 here on the D, 9 on the A. Then I go to 7 to 6. That's kind of going back just one tone to the D sharp. Then I do the same on the A. All right, and then I finish with this. This is a classic blues ending where you're really just going chromatically 5, 4, 3, 2. This is for the E chord, so you're now going from the 7th of E, the D note. And that finishes on the B, which is the 5th, so that's a nice chromatic move. And then, so I'm hitting the A, then the open E, back to the A on the 5th fret, hit that 5th fret again, and then move it down. Then I finish with a E7 chord, just moved up half a tone, and back, and then I finish with this. This is just where you're muting all the strings apart from the E string, and you have that. There we go. So I hope that makes sense. I'm playing over the changes, but I'm thinking chromatically. So by learning the tab, this isn't going to help you because you need to know the notes of every chord, and you may have noticed you need to know the notes on the fretboard. You have to know them. There's no other way to do it, you know, if you want to get better. If you just want to learn tab, you can do that, and you'll read on the tab 14 hammer onto 13 and you'll be able to play it, but you won't have a clue what you're doing. So learn the notes and learn all the chord tones, memorize them. All right, so let me play from the beginning slowly, see how it sounds. So there we go. Hope you have fun with that. Take your time. Learning the notes on the guitar is, you know, you might think a big task, but you can watch my video on the notes, how to learn them. I did it in 1 week, you know, it's not so hard. And memorizing these chord tones of these 3 chords in the blues is pretty simple too. E, G sharp, B and D for the E. For the A, you have A, C sharp, E and G, and then B, D sharp, F sharp and A for the B, so not too tricky. Anyway, see you back at the Crossroads next week for more exciting developments. Make sure you bring some friends along with you to the Crossroads. See you next episode.